Hi everybody, it's Ashley again. Today I'm going to do a video on my current situation, which is a tailbone injury slash break. I had my last baby December 1st of last year, and I went back to work like right away because I watched some kids from home, and I was getting up to answer the door at 4 a.m. to some of the kids I watch. And when I did that, being a new mom, tired, not enough sleep, and just not paying attention, I completely missed the second stair down on the staircase in my house and fell all the way down. So, that being said, how I fell was I tried to protect myself by falling onto my arm, but that didn't work. I fell straight onto my tailbone. So being 4 a.m., the only thing that's open is the ER. I had kids here and I just couldn't, it was a Sunday, I couldn't, go to the ER at 4 a.m. So I was like, oh, well, it'll be, painful, but it'll go away. So I tried to go back to bed. It was super painful, but I didn't really get much sleep. So I finally get up and relax on the couch, try different, places to lay to see if it worked. And about 11 a.m., when the urgent cares opened, since it was a Sunday, they opened later, I decided it was time to be seen. I was in a lot of pain by that point. I was sitting in my living room crying because I just didn't know what to do or what the outcome of this injury was going to be. So my entire arm was bruised, my entire back, midsection of my back down was bruised and swollen. So I go to the urgent care. Of course, again, it was Sundays, so nothing's open as far as medical wise. So I go to the urgent care. They send me across town for an x-ray. They x-rayed my arm, which I knew nothing was wrong with my arm, but they insisted on x-raying my arm. And then they x-rayed my tailbone. So nothing came back. They were like, no, it's fine. So then they were like, okay, well, use a donut pillow, rest, which that's easier said than done, and go see your doctor, within a few days. So I did that. I went to see my doctor. My doctor said, well, it's typical not to see a break on an x-ray so soon because of the amount of swelling, which there was a lot of swelling. So he sent me back for an x-ray about 7 to 8 days later, and I went in and had a terrible experience. The x-ray technician was absolutely rude to me to the point I left there crying and I didn't get an x-ray that day. She basically told me that we weren't going to see anything else and there was no point. So I was so irritated and upset that I just was like, screw this, I'm leaving. So I left. I waited about another week and I went back in to do the x-ray. And again, they're like, well, we seem to be a hairline, fracture, but nothing substantial, nothing to care about, basically. So something told me differently. My tailbone was popping, like grossly popping. I could feel it popping in and out of place, is what I would say. It felt like. And I knew something wasn't right. It was really painful getting in and out of a car, driving, turning either direction, getting up and down off the couch, out of bed, you name it, it hurt. So I was very persistent on figuring out what was wrong. My doctor finally said, I'm going to send you over to an orthopedic surgeon. He's really good with backs, that's what he specializes in, so let's get you started with him. And I was like, okay. So this happened January of this year. I just got into the orthopedic surgeon a few weeks ago. This entire time, since March on, I have been in physical therapy 2 times a week for 40 minutes to an hour long appointments each time. My physical therapist, amazing. She does a great job. I'd recommend her to anybody. So each time that you go and they ask you, well, how are you feeling? And I would be so upset because every time I'd have to say, well, the same, nothing's changed. But I found out why. So I went to the orthopedic surgeon. He sent me immediately in for an MRI. He says an x-ray does not show a fracture of the tailbone because the tailbone loops inwards. So he goes, it would never show the amount of pain or injury that needs, that it needs to show basically in order to diagnose what was going on. So I go get the MRI. This was last Tuesday of last week. And I had a follow-up appointment Thursday. I go in Thursday and I was shocked about the results. My tailbone is broken. It's broken completely in half. 4 centimeters from the bottom of the tailbone. Where I got lucky is it did not hit any nerves. There's no nerves in that area, so that's nice. So from what we know, there's no nerve damage because they only think that my tailbone is the injured part. And the tailbone now, since it's been broken for about 6 months, we're coming up on 6 months, now it has filled with fluid. And they are discussing with the medical team of surgeons what to do next. We either can sit it out, just wait it out, and see kind of what happens. But they're about 98% sure that because I'm 6 months out, the tailbone is not going to heal at this point. If it was going to heal, it probably would have healed somewhat by now, and it has not healed at all from what they can see on the MRI. So we can wait it out a little bit, just probably easier for me so I can get my life together before going in for a huge surgery. Or I can go and get a screw put in that will attach the tailbone back to the spine where it needs to be attached. Or I can get the tailbone completely removed, which I've never heard of. So they said from a surgical point of view, from a surgeon, they rather remove the tailbone. It's an easier surgery, I guess, but there's a lot of risk to it, and it's a very rare surgery, which is extremely scary. So at this point, I'm waiting for them to decide what they think is the best option for me and what we should do, to try to keep my pain under control and try to, hopefully not have me go in for a back surgery at the age of 27. So I will keep you guys updated on this for those of you interested. And then, maybe this can help somebody that's been going through this, that's injured their tailbone, and we can see what the outcome of all this is going to be. If you like this video and you want to see updates, then hit that subscribe button. Like the video and comment below if you want to know anything or if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. For now, it's a waiting game, and we will see hopefully within the next week or two what the final outcome is going to be. So again, thanks for watching and supporting our channel, and we hope you stick around, and we are excited to see where this goes. Have a good day.